Hi there, this is Sags War on Women brought to you courtesy of WrongThinkRadio.com. Can men and women be equal? Well, the short answer is no, and the long answer is no. No, men and women cannot be equal. And I think I figured out why today when I started thinking about equality and the differences between the sexes. Most of you have been in a social situation where there are multiple couples. Now, I'm not talking like a one-on-one double date. I'm talking about like if you have a party or you're at some sort of social gathering where there are numerous couples. There's always that one couple that has tension between them. Now, not saying they get in a huge fight, but every now and then this couple or a couple in the group gets in some form of argument. It usually starts out as witty banter, then turns into a debate, a stupid fucking debate, mind you, something along the lines of who can drive better, and then things escalate. Let's start just with the debate. Once a woman begins to feel like she is losing the debate, instead of, I don't know, maybe collecting her thoughts or trying to form a better argument, she will instead begin to seek out validation from the other women at the party. She will do this, and she will bring all of her women friends into the debate. Some men will also join the debate, and I just want to touch on this really quickly. They will join the woman's side of the debate, but I think, honestly, this has a lot to do with the fact that they know damn well they would never hear the fucking end of it once they return home with their respective partners if they did not, in fact, side with the woman. Now, the debate is going, and it's going, and it's going, and eventually things get heated. Voices begin to be raised, tempers begin to flare, and now it comes to the point where the couple needs to be separated. All of the women go to their corner while the men go to their corner. It's what happens within those corners that leads to me to believe that there can never be true equality between the sexes. Let's go ahead and put the ladies first and start with them. Scenario 1. The ladies are standing around talking about the argument. Now, they're not talking so much about the argument, they're talking more about how it escalated, what he said that pissed her off, and at some point, she's more than likely going to haul off and say that her man is an asshole. Most of you have seen this happen. Now, when that happens, all of the women in the group will agree with her in unison. Okay? Not only will they agree, they will all go on to talk about what an asshole he is, continuously enabling her bad behavior. Now, let's take the same scenario over to the men's corner. The men are talking about the argument, how flawed it was, but the argument nonetheless. The man hauls off, let's just say, because this very rarely happens, but let's just say that the man hauls off and calls his woman a bitch. A couple of the men may nod. No one's going to directly say, yes, you're right, she's a bitch. Most of them will remain silent, and in fact, a couple of them, at least one, will more than likely say something along the lines of, dude, you're being out of line. You're taking it too far. There's no reason to call her names. Now, let's go back over to the women's corner for scenario number 2. They're all standing around talking about the argument when a friend of the woman's hauls off and says, your man is an asshole. Well, she will agree, as well as all of the other women. They will all agree and again continue talking about what a fucking asshole he is and how she deserves better than him. Let's step away from the women and go over to the men's corner for scenario number 2. A man that is friends with the man who is in the argument hauls off and says, your old lady is a bitch. Now, this man could be a friend of the man who was in the argument for a very, very long time. Okay, like years. He could have known him years longer than he's ever even dreamed of knowing the woman that he is now fighting with. He will still turn on him. Okay? he will still turn on him. Anyone that has ever witnessed a situation like this knows exactly what I'm talking about. Not only will he turn on him, the other men in the group will also turn on him. They will turn on him. They will tell him how he's being fucking out of line. And why is that? Because you don't call a man's woman a bitch. You don't call a man's woman any name unless you want to get popped in the fucking mouth, or maybe if you win, land your ass in jail. That, in a nutshell, guys, is why men and women, in my opinion, cannot be equal. Yes, they both tend to have tribal tendencies, but tribalism, better yet, toxic tribalism in part of the women, is the reason why men and women will never, and I repeat, never, be equal. And that's that. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends. If you want more hard-hitting content from the right side of things, check out wrongthinkradio.com. Again, guys, go over to wrongthinkradio.com. Check it out. New site's up. Lots of cool things going on over there. And above and beyond that, like I said yesterday, there is a new social media platform. Come over there, sign up, register, be a part of the community. We would love, and I mean love, to hear from you. You guys have a great day. I am Sag Novotny, and this is my War on Women.